today, I'm going to teach you how to make these colorful deconstructed samosa chaat cups to celebrate the Indian festival of Holi coming up. And this recipe is all about the shortcut. So for the samosa filling, I use the deep frozen samosas and bake that according to the instructions on the package. Then I mashed it up really well and added in a lot of colorful veggies because color is the theme of Holi. I also added in some chaat masala, cream cheese, and the chutney that came in the package. Mix that all up really well until it's a dough consistency. Then arrange the phyllo shells on the platter. The phyllo shells are usually in the freezer section at the grocery store. Now it's time to make the platter look super colorful. Add drizzle on some yogurt, garnish with lots of chopped veggies, and top it off with either save or bundi.
This is mughlai chicken and it's so freaking good. To make it, you'll need to grind your onions first and fry it with some ginger garlic paste. Then season your chicken with some salt and black pepper and add it in. When your chicken is about halfway cooked, add your ground spices. I'm using some turmeric, red chili, cumin and coriander powders. Fry your chicken and spices together for a few more minutes, then add your plain tomato sauce. You'll also need some cashew paste for this recipe. Just soak your cashew nuts in some water for like 20 minutes, then blend it and add it to your sauce with some plain yogurt. When your sauce is nice and thick, add some water and chilies. Then give your chicken a couple more minutes to cook. To finish your dish, go in with some freshly chopped coriander and sprinkle some garam masala for a nice kick.
Garlic, ginger, fried onions, tomato sauce, chicken breast in small cubes, oil for cooking and some water, spices, salt, red chili powder, turmeric powder, coriander powder, garam masala powder, kasuri methi.
Okay, so the first step is put your stove on high heat and add some cooking oil. Add the fried onions, the ginger and garlic paste into the hot oil. Also gonna add the tomato sauce. Fry this up for 2 minutes until the garlic and ginger are cooked. Now we're gonna add some water. For the heat to simmer, cover it
For 2-3 minutes.
Alright, so now we're gonna increase the heat and fry the masala. We want the tomato sauce to kind of dry up and make a paste like this. And keep mixing it so it doesn't stick and burn to the pan. You can see the oil has separated from the masala. You can see the oil on the side right there. And this is the point where you want to add your chicken. We're going to do chicken breast we cut into bite-sized cubes. You can also use leftover chicken. We'll show you that recipe another time on how to do an easier way to make butter chicken at home. And now we're going to add all the spices. So we're gonna add some extra oil at this point. Now we're covering it and we're gonna keep it on a low heat for how long?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. After frying it for 4 minutes, you can see that the chicken has left all this water. All the juice, whatever you want to call it. Again, you can add more oil if you need to. Now after 5 minutes, this is what the chicken looks like.
It's all cooked.
So now we're gonna increase the heat after 5 minutes. And we're gonna dry up the sauce. I was also boiling basmati rice on the side. So now that the oil is separated and the heat is high, okay, 1 cup of milk.
Now mix it and simmer the heat for next 2-3 minutes.
So after a few minutes, now we're gonna add the final touches. A little bit of heavy cream. So the butter chicken is all done. And now we're going to show you how to plate it. We're going to add the heavy cream to top it all off. So pretty. Be butter chicken without the butter. We're using Irish Gold butter. Tastes so good on this. Now some coriander or fenugreek.
Fenugreek. Grind some nutmeg.
And some fresh nutmeg grinded on top. This is really extra, but it really makes such a difference. It's for the aroma, my mom said.
Here's a hack to make samosas at home in under 15 minutes. I know you're probably thinking there's no way you can make samosas that fast. But growing up, my dad used to be obsessed with samosas and he found an easy hack to make them. Just add some cumin, garlic, and peas to a pan with these 3 spices. Then toss in your diced potato. And here's the hack. For the dough, you're actually going to use a paratha. Just cut it in half and turn it into this cone shape. Fill it up with your potato filling. Then fry them up until they're crispy and be sure to follow for more.
This might be my favorite childhood dish growing up. It's called aloo palak or spinach and potatoes, and it's one of the best vegetarian dishes ever. Start by cutting up some potatoes into pretty small cubes. You want it small so that it'll cook all the way through. You can peel the potatoes if you want, but I don't really care that much. You're also gonna roughly chop some baby spinach along with 1 onion and 3 cloves of garlic. In a pan over medium-high heat, add your olive oil and add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Saute your onions and garlic until really soft and then add in 1 chopped tomato. I accidentally added way too much, which is why it looks less in the next clip, but make sure it's only around 1 tomato. Once the tomatoes have kind of cooked down, add your potatoes and mix it all together. Put some salt and then 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Cover with a lid and cook on medium heat for around 10 to 15 minutes until the potatoes are cooked. It might take shorter or longer depending how big your pieces are. Add your chopped spinach in. I usually use a whole box just because spinach wilts down so much. Taste it, add more salt if you need, and then I add a bit of coriander and cumin powder, a nice squeeze of lemon, and a bit more chili powder. It's filled with nutrients, so delicious and easy to make. You guys have to try this out.
The people who think Indian food is unhealthy seem to be the same people who think Indian food is just butter chicken and garlic naan. Our understanding of weight loss and nutrition through the Western lens has forced way too many of us to swap our mom's chole and chapatis for salads and bland chicken and rice. So I'm here to tell you that you can absolutely reach all your fitness and weight loss goals while you're eating your own cultural food, and in my experience it's actually a lot easier that way. Because when you're eating foods you actually enjoy, the lifestyle is so much more sustainable. Plus, a lot of Indian food is inherently healthy and with a few tweaks can be made higher protein. Like this egg burji that I ate all the time growing up and only takes 15 minutes to make. That's why I'm starting a new series where I share my favorite Indian meals under 500 calories for anyone else on a weight loss deficit or just looking to make. So be sure to hit that follow button because there's a lot of healthy Indian recipes coming soon.
My homemade butter chicken recipe is finger-licking good. To make this, you want to start by whisking your yogurt in a bowl, add in your tandoori masala along with ginger and garlic paste, and then just whisk to combine. I'm using chicken tenders cut into large pieces. You can also use chicken breasts or thighs, whatever you like. Let this hang out for at least 20 minutes, longer if you have the time. Melt your ghee in a saucepan and then fry up your onions. For this particular recipe, you want them to soften but not necessarily brown. Once that's done, add in your ginger and garlic paste along with your crushed tomatoes and most of your seasonings. This is chili powder, cumin, and coriander. Then just let this simmer for at least 5 minutes. If you've got 15 minutes, that's even better. Then blend this up in a blender. Fry off your chicken in the same skillet and then add your butter chicken sauce back in along with heavy cream. And I am finishing this off with my mom's homemade garam masala because it just makes it taste like home for me. And then you're also going to add in fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi as it's called in Urdu. And then to serve this up, use basmati rice or garlic naan or just regular naan, whatever you like works here. The full recipe is linked in my profile, and you have to try this because it's absolute perfection. You're gonna love it.
Great request. My daughter loves dal tadka. This is my version. For this, you will need 1 cup of arhar dal, or it's also known as split pigeon peas. Rinse it well and add to a pressure cooker. Then add 4 cups of water, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of ginger and garlic each, half a cup of onions, a pinch of turmeric, and half a cup of tomatoes. Now turn on the gas, mix together, and cover the pressure cooker for 20 minutes. Now switch off the gas and wait for about 15 minutes until the pressure releases. Boil for 2 minutes and keep aside. Now heat a piece of charcoal and place in either a small metal bowl or a shell of an onion. Add a bit of ghee to the charcoal and place in the dal gently. Cover for exactly 1 minute and then discard the onion and charcoal. Now squeeze half a lemon into your dal. Let's make the tadka. In a small tadka pan, add 3 tablespoons of ghee, a pinch of hing, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili, a pinch of turmeric, 1 green chili, and some onions. Fry for 3 to 4 minutes. Finally, add 3 pieces of chopped garlic and fry for a minute. Then add the tadka to the dal along with a handful of cilantro. And that's it. Enjoy it with rice or naan.
I hate Indian food. Unfortunately, that's something I used to say a lot as a kid when I didn't even understand what the cuisine was about.
I just can't stop eating it. Chicken tikka masala. That's just exquisite.
And chicken tikka masala is actually way healthier than you might think. And it all begins by marinating some cubed up chicken thighs with yogurt, garlic and ginger, and a bunch of spices, which will make your chicken soft and tender. In the same pan, add a tablespoon of butter and cook down some red onion and garlic and ginger paste. Make sure you scrape the bottom of the pan for more flavor. Add a can of whole peeled tomato and a 1/4 cup of soaked cashews. Then blend your sauce up until it's smooth and creamy just like this. Now add more spices to the sauce and fenugreek, which is optional, and just a touch of honey for the balance. It's important to be open-minded in life and try other cultures' cuisines so that you never say,